Good morning. So this morning we're going to talk a little bit about how yoga affects your brain. Exercise is excellent for the brain. There are areas of the brain that will shrink as we age if we don't exercise. But really it's the whole package of yoga that strengthens your the areas of the brain, the corpus callosum, the hippocampus. I mean, these are all, I don't think I want to get too technical here because clearly we all know a good memory is helpful. Neuroplasticity, that term, most of you would know, has to do with a brain that can evolve. And interestingly, our brains are actually only 3 pounds, and they're very similar to a rat's, making rats sometimes smarter than people. That won't be a surprise. Sorry. So, when we practice our yoga, synchronizing the breath, just getting extra blood into the area. So every time we invert, we're getting extra blood supply into the brain area and reducing stress. That's a big one. I had a lot of stress this week and I'm feeling it. My immune system's taking a hit, but I'll recover. And, pain requires 100% of your attention. I'm not in pain. I'm just not as good as I would be. And I know it's about stress. So stress produces a protein called cytokines, or maybe it's cytokines, I don't know, but I think it's cytokines. It's a protein that's actually good in small doses. It's not good in big doses because it creates inflammation. And I've talked about inflammation many times. Inflammation is a precursor to all kinds of things that I'm not even going to say the name, I'm not even going to say the words of, because you're here to practice yoga. You're here to take care of yourself. That's exactly what we're going to do. So let's get started on our backs. We're going to warm up the spine, the hips, the thighs. So coming onto your backs, and remember, practicing with awareness, respect, and compassion for exactly where your body is today. So let's draw both knees up into the chest, one hand on each shin, and gently rolling from side to side. You might feel a little something. It might just feel good. This is interesting because I think I have an SAI joint issue, probably from wearing stilettos at the show, and yet I'm feeling it on the opposite side. So I don't know, just, and the thing about mindfulness is just noticing without any judgment. Extend your left leg down in front. Keep your right knee bent in towards your chest. Can you lift your shoulder blades up and tuck them under your heart center? With the bent knee, let's point the foot and flex, point, flex, point, and flex. Rotate, make circles. All the little tiny muscles in the foot and the ankle, lubricating the joints by moving them, and change the direction. So movement creates synovial fluid in the joints, and that just makes it all work more smoothly. And then with your left hand on the outside of your right knee, just gently draw it across your body, gently twisting your lower lumbar area. You might extend your right arm out to the side. There's no need to go too far. Mindfully practicing. I know many of us have been cleaning up the yards, bagging leaves, picking up heavy bags and all kinds of things. And so we're just going to be gentle, but notice where the tightness might be. And I think the best part about knowing that yoga helps the brain stay healthy means that less stuff, less emotional baggage, less stress is going to be taken into the body. Because when we breathe and we exhale fully, we're releasing stress and tension. Because when we don't breathe fully, when we don't eat a healthy diet, whole bunch of stuff ends up in our bodies. Okay, we come to a yoga class, we can work it out. But if we can sidestep that process and coming back over onto your backs, draw the right knee in towards your chest, reach up towards the ankle, at least between the ankle and the knee. You can keep the legs softly bent at the knee, pressing your shoulder blades into the floor, lengthening the back of your neck by tilting your chin towards the center of your chest, inhaling in place. Exhale, let's pull the leg towards us and let's bring the forehead, chin or nose towards the knee. Again, we're not being heroes. We're not competitive. We're practicing the middle way. And let's release the head, shoulders down onto the mat, bending the right knee, draw the left knee up, extend the right leg straight out in front. Breathing in through your nose, interlock your fingers around your shin, just a couple inches below your knee. Again, tucking your shoulder blades under your heart center so you're nice and long in your upper thoracic back. Again, we'll mobilize the ankle of the left foot now, pointing and flexing. It's always helpful if you wish to synchronize the breath with the movement, but at least be aware, rotate your ankle that you are breathing fully and completely. Change the direction on the rotation of the foot and ankle joint. Place your right hand on the outside of your left knee and draw it across your body and extend your left arm out to the other side, just going far enough so you're feeling some stretch in the hip or the thigh, maybe both, maybe the glutes, wherever it is. Nice deep breaths, big exhalations, really important. Keep a little bit of pressure on the outside of your knee to help your thigh and your hip, your glutes to release tension, tightness. And inhale, come back to the center. And again, keeping that left knee bent, we're going to reach towards the ankle. It might just be the calf. You're going to keep the knee soft. You're not straightening the leg, but you're interlocking your fingers, perhaps the lower part of the calf muscle. Again, lengthening the neck, feeling your shoulder blades on the mat so you're not hunching your shoulders up around your ears. We're here to let go of that sort of thing. Inhaling in place, exhale, pull the leg towards you, bringing forehead, nose, knee towards the knee. Inhale, lowering head and shoulders, and then bend that left leg, bend the right leg, place the soles of your feet flat on the floor, place your arms beside your body with your palms facing down to come up into bridge position. Now, this is a small inversion, but it also opens the chest. When we're in forward flexion a lot with our hands forward, typing and what have you, cooking, washing dishes, let's open up the front of the body. Bring those heels as close to your sits bones as possible. Palms are facing down, reach your toes towards your heels. Press the small of your back into the floor. Lengthen the back of your neck by tilting your chin towards the notch in your throat area, and then peel your spine off the floor, expanding your rib cage, your chest, getting your heart higher than your head. So obviously the blood supply is coming from your heart. When we get it a little bit higher or a lot than the head, we get extra blood supply into the brain. So memory, These are all big issues. Eating colorful foods, antioxidants that fight off free radicals, healthy fats. 60% of your brain is fat. About 70 to 75% of your brain is water. Even being dehydrated a little bit can affect your thinking. You don't have to gulp, just sipping water throughout the day. Inhaling, pressing up, exhale, starting from the top of your spine, come on, all the way down. Taking the arms out to the side, shoulder height. Draw both knees up towards your chest. Press your thighs together, your calves, maybe the inside of your feet and your knees together. Press the small of your back into the floor. We're going to activate the core here. Inhaling in place. Exhale, keep your knees glued together as you lower them both together over to the left. And do this with control. So you're not letting gravity do the work. We want your core to do the work. This helps with maintaining good posture. You might turn your head to the other side and do your best to keep the opposite shoulder as close to the mat as possible. Inhaling, coming back to the center. Exhale, both knees, thighs, feet still glued together, lowering to the other side and turning your head to the opposite side. Inhale, come back to center. Keep the knees bent. Place your feet flat on the floor. Center your body. You might have your baby toe off to the side of the mat, but your knees are bent. Your feet are flat on the floor. Inhaling in place. Exhale. Drop both knees over to the left. Feet are stationary. Mostly they're rolling over onto their sides. Stretching out your IT band. A lot of our immunity, it's not just in our gut, it's in our fascia, and the fascia is surrounding everything of the body. So what you feel that you're stretching on the side, your IT band, your iliotibial band, and the soles of your feet, inhale, come back to center, are some of the strongest of the fascia in the body. And exhale, drop both knees over to the opposite side, and perhaps turn your head to the other side. Breathing. We kind of breathe in by default, but sometimes we don't exhale fully. So make sure you're exhaling at least as long as your inhale. Inhale, come back to the center. And then bring your hands beside your body, palms are facing down. Let's place the right ankle on top of the left knee. Again, tilt your chin towards the center of your chest. Bring your left knee towards you and interlock your fingers behind your left thigh. Now that may be enough for you. If you feel, or you were blessed with longer arms, you might want to bring your hands in front of your shin, but not necessary. You should be getting and feeling a good stretch here in the right hip, thigh, maybe even feeling something in the knee. Breathing into the area that might be a little bit uncomfortable. If you're in pain with doing anything, that's the sign to come out of it or completely modify it. And then cross that top knee directly over top of the other. And let's take hold of as close as you can to the ankles. So you're reaching opposite ankle with your hands, pulling towards you just a little bit, not a lot. And breathe. Noticing how your body feels, where it might be holding tension or stress. Take your arms out to the side and just drop both knees over to the left, keeping the legs crossed one over the other. Just gently dropping both knees so you get a nice little stretch in your right glutes or butt muscle. And inhale, back to center, uncross the leg. Let's place the left ankle on top of the right knee. And then with your hands, bring your right knee towards you. Interlock your fingers behind your thigh, or if you wish, you can reach in front. Breathing into whatever area. So I am really feeling this because, as I mentioned, something's a little wonky in my SI, but I'm hoping my yoga practice will help let it go, release some of it, if not all of it. We'll see. And then cross that top knee over tightly and reach for your ankles, your calves, and you're pulling your knees, your ankles towards you. And then release your hands, take them out to the side, inhaling in place. Exhale, drop both knees over to the other side. And inhale, come back to the center, uncross your leg. If you can find your block near you or your cushion, anything at all, I just want to start with placing the cushion under your sacrum and lifting your legs straight up in the air. So make sure the cushion is below your waist. You're placing it under your sacrum and you're just letting your legs hang out. So this is a small inversion, but this activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest. Viparita, Karina, legs up the wall. We have an invisible wall here. It's all good. I actually prefer just putting something under my sacrum. Again, tilt your chin towards the notch in your throat, your neck, or your chest to lengthen your cervical vertebra. Last week, we talked about the importance of maintaining the 3 curves in your back. They're like shock absorbers. So 2 of them are concave, your lumbar, your neck, and then your thoracic is the convex. Goes the other way, but we want to maintain those curves, whether we're standing, sitting, or even lying on the floor like this. Letting the flow of blood, releasing the valves in the veins, making it easy for the blood to return to the heart. This is a good idea if you spend a lot of time on your feet, to take some time and either bending the knees, placing it on a chair or couch. We've done that in this class. Okay, bending the legs, bringing the soles of the feet to the floor. Let's remove the cushion. You're either going to roll over onto your side or you're going to bring your hands underneath the backs of your thighs and rock up and come on over onto all fours. Cat-cow, always excellent for warming up the spine. Your spinal cord is housed inside of your spinal column. If we keep these areas tip-top magoo, less chance we're going to have nerve problems or nerve damage anywhere in the body. Although there are no guarantees in life about anything except you know what the 2 are. All right, on an exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin, drop your tail, pull your bellies in. On an inhale, curl your toes under to stretch the fascia on the soles of your feet. Hollow out your lower back. Draw your heart center forward. Press all 10 fingers into the mat. Let your eyes roll up to your third eye. Exhale, rounding into cat. Inhale, coming into cow. Draw your heart center forward, shoulders away from your ears, eyes rolling up. Exhale, kitty cat. Inhale, toes curled under, coming into cow. We'll do this one more time. Eyes can be open or closed, rolled up to your third eye. Exhale, round your spine, pressing all 10 fingers into the mat. And inhale, hollow out your lower back, draw your heart center forward, curving up through the cervical, right up through the crown, coming back to neutral. Let's extend the left leg straight out behind and the right arm straight out in front. So balanced postures actually affect the area of the brain that controls balance, focus, concentration. So balance is something that we can lose with age if we don't practice it. Reaching and stretching. Exhale, releasing all the way down. And let's do bird dog on the other side. Extending the opposite leg and arm. Have your neck in line with your spine. Stare down at your mat. You can notice you might be wobbling a little bit. It's okay. You're using tiny little muscles, proprioceptors that notice what's going on. Keeping you balanced, breathing. One more breath in to stretch. Exhale and release. And let's do a nice spinal twist just to release tension. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. Exhale, thread the needle under the other arm. You can use a cushion under the side of your face if you need to, if it's more comfortable, or lower the side of your face onto your mats. And if you wish, tippy-toe the fingers of the other hand and arm straight out in front. Breathing. The more we stretch the rib cage, the more room our lungs have to receive oxygen. And then draw that hand in front and press up. Coming into neutral tabletop. Inhale, sweep the other arm up. Exhale. Thread the needle. Releasing the side of your face or using a cushion. Tippy-toe the fingers of the other, if you wish, out in front. Stretching through the shoulders, your pectoral muscles that kind of don't get much love when we're in forward flexion. And draw that hand back, pressing up. And let's come into a modified child's pose. Your knees are wide apart. Your big toes touch. The tops of your feet are flat. If you're prone to cramping, go really slow, taking your hips back towards your heels. Again, if it's comfortable, you're releasing your forehead onto the mat. If you want added height, fold your arms, if you like, creating a pillow, or use one of your cushions to rest your forehead. Whatever feels comfortable, whatever feels kind. And inhale, come on up. Okay, I'm going to practice a breathing technique, Nadi Shodhanan. This is our alternate nostril breathing. We have a right and left hemisphere in our brains, and when these are synchronized, everything we do seems to work a little bit better. We have more access. So, using a cushion under your bum or a block, whatever you most feel. If it's not comfortable sitting cross-legged, you can sit with your knees behind you and your cushion underneath your butt. The important thing here is that you're able to keep your spine long and that you're comfortable. If you're not comfortable, then it's pulling focus away from what you want to do. You're going to take your right hand, you're going to fold your peace fingers in, you're going to use your thumb to block your right nostril, and you're blocking right where the cartilage and the flesh meet. And you do not have to press hard. And then you're going to use your ring finger to block the left nostril. Again, right where the flesh meets the cartilage. Okay? So close your eyes. So this helps to balance the right and left hemispheres of the brain. The left is logical, the right is creative. We need everything we could possibly have in order to function optimally. So prepare your hands, sitting up nice and tall. As I said, if it's uncomfortable to sit cross-legged, just release a leg, no problem. Most important is that your spine from tailbone right up to the crown of your head is as straight, not stiff, but straight as possible. Inhaling in place through your nose and exhaling through your nose. Inhale, bring your thumb to the right nostril, and let's inhale through the left nostril. Block the left with your ring finger and exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right. Block, exhale through left. Keep your shoulders back and relaxed. Inhaling left. Block, exhale right. Inhale right. Block, exhale left. Inhale left. Block, exhale right. Inhale right. Block, exhale left. Inhale left. Block, exhale right. Inhaling right. Block, exhale left, and release your hand down onto your laps, and just take a moment to sit tall, to breathe. Notice if there's any calming effect to both your mind and your body from practicing one round of Nadi Shodhana. We'll do one more and notice the effects. So preparing your right hand, bring your peace fingers into your palm. Inhaling in place. Exhale, bring your right thumb to your right nostril. Inhale through your left nostril. Block, exhale through right. Inhale through right. Block, exhale through left. Inhale through left. Block, exhale through right. Inhale through right. Keep your shoulders down, your spine long. Block and exhale through your left. Inhale through your left. Block, exhale right. Inhale right. Block, exhale left, and release your hands down onto your mats. Let's come down onto our mats for a moment into Shavasana and just allow the feeling of calm to spread throughout the body. Palms are facing up in the open and receiving position. Again, Lift your shoulder blades up, tuck them under your heart center. Tilt your chin towards the center of your neck to lengthen your cervical vertebra. And breathe, exhaling fully. Notice the belly rising and belly falling. Letting the belly rise and letting the belly fall. And one more deep inhalation. And letting it all go. And draw the knees once again up into the chest, one hand on each shin, a little gentle rocking from side to side. You can either place your hands underneath the backs of your thighs, or you can roll over onto your side. Come on up, come on over. Curl the toes under. Take a sip of water whenever you need. And with your toes curled under, actually, we haven't done this in a while. Let's just stretch the fascia on the bottom of our feet and maybe make grimaces. You don't have to sit right back if it's too intense. It's always intense. So whatever you can handle. But that stretching of the fascia that doesn't get much stretch, especially this time of year when we're shoving our feet into shoes, placing your hands onto the floor, that will do. And roll back onto the soles of your feet. This is where if you have your blocks and you want it, depending on, again, the length of your legs, if you want to put your blocks in any height under your hands. So just making it really nice to bend over. Let your head hang, please. Keep your knees soft. Uttanasana. Again, the lazy man's traction. Relax your neck. Let your head hang. You might give your hips a little bit of a wiggle. Give your head a little bit of a shake. Make sure you're letting go, relaxing. And then placing the blocks off to the side. Let's inhale and slowly rolling all the way up. Your head is the last thing to come up. Inhale, shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, roll them back. And let's interlock our fingers behind our backs. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Bend your knees. You're activating the curve in the lumbar, the curve in the cervical, and of course the opposite curve in the thoracic area. Inhaling in place. Lead with your hearts, knees are bent. Release your torso between your thighs and let your arms come up, bend over, and release your arms to the floor. And then slowly walk your feet in towards one another. Inhale, rolling up. We're going to place our hands on our knees, and so bring your knees in towards one another and just move from side to side. This is great for your feet. You're rolling over onto the sides of your feet. You might make circles. You might just roll, whatever feels good here. Shh. So if you're taking your knees over to one side, you should be on the soles of your feet, just bringing some blood supply into this area. And come on up. Take your feet wide apart, arms out to the side, and we're just going to swing from side to side. Make sure our lower backs are tip-top magoo. I mean, this is kind of something you can just do while you're waiting for your tea or whatever it's work. There's always things we can do when we're waiting for something useful, obviously, not looking at more Facebook or what have you. Although if you like it, go for it. Okay, coming up to the fronts of your mats for sun salutations. As I said, please take a sip of water whenever you feel the need. 70% of your brain is water. 60% of your brain is fat, healthy fats. Stay hydrated. Okay. Starting at the front. So you're not going to use your cushion for this part, and you don't want to run out of runway. Inhaling in place, standing tall, reaching up through the crown. Exhale, hands in prayer. Placing your thumbs right up against your sternum, Anjali Mudra. You might even want to lift your elbows up, as they say, but this has a nice stretch on the wrist area. And then step your feet apart. Reach your arms up, looking up, reaching up, and arcing back, but lengthening. Inhale, bring your feet back towards one another. Lift out of your waist. Extend your spine as you hinge from your hips, reaching your fingertips down towards the floor. If your fingertips don't touch, then you need to bend your knees. Take your left leg back and drop the knee to the mat. Place your hands on your right thigh. Focus your gaze for balance. Your back toes are turned under, coming up into a high lunge. Focus your gaze on the floor in front of you. And press through the heel of your back foot. This will be your anchor. Keep your torso straight up and down. Try not to lean it forward, putting undue pressure on the core. Turn your hands forward, spread your fingers apart, take your front foot back, and come on into your version of plank. Now, that might be with your knees on the floor and your ankles crossed. Practicing awareness, respect, and compassion for exactly what would be right for your body today. Pull your bellies in, shoulders away from your ears. Please don't let your head hang. Keep your neck strong. Release your knees. Flatten the tops of your feet. Keep your hands where they are. And slowly take your hips back towards your heels. And enjoy a beautiful stretch in your spine, through your shoulders, arms, wrists, and even fingers. Nice compression on the belly to help move waist along, assist in peristalsis eventually. And then keeping your hands where they are. If you can, lower your forearms and elbows onto the mat. Keep your bum high. Stay nice and low. And when you're able, release your chest and your chin onto the mat. It's awkward, but awesome for your spinal alignment. And then slide everything out behind you. Draw your fingertips back to align with the tops of your shoulders. Forehead flat on the mat. Flatten the tops of your feet. Elbows into your side body and press your forearms down towards the floor. On an inhale, roll an invisible alley, lengthening your neck, and continue coming up into baby bhujangasana without using your hands. You're using your back muscles. You're nourishing, strengthening, rejuvenating kidneys and adrenals in your back bends. One more breath in to lift. Exhale and lower your forehead onto the mat. Keep your hands where they are. Curl your toes under. You can come up onto your knees or lift your hips up. Walk your feet a few inches forward and then bend your knees. Be sure you're pressing all 10 fingers into the mat so you've got space inside your inner palm. Your ears are aligned with your inner upper arms. Press your sits bones, your butt towards the back of your mat to lengthen your spine. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. This is definitely an inversion. And then press your heels towards the mat. Doesn't matter if they land on the mat. You're feeling a stretch in the backs of the legs. And give your head a shake so you know you're not holding it in some unnatural position. It's just flowing right off your spine. Lift your left leg up in the air. Look at your left hand. Swing that foot as far forward as you can. Other leg forward. And let your upper body hang, let your head hang, let your crown hang. Imagine your spine's like a string of pearls. Your knees can be bent. You don't have to have your legs straight. Bring your arms beside your ears. Engage your thighs by lifting up on your kneecaps. Pull your bellies in to protect your lower back. Sweep the arms up, feet apart for balance. Look up, reach up, arc back. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold, let your head hang, bend your knees. On an inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, reaching up. Exhale, hands in prayer. Let's do one more round. Inhaling, exhaling, hands in prayer. Again, if you wish, you can lift those elbows up, starting up at the front of the mat, or you are going to run out of runway. And you'll be on somebody else's runway. Okay, step your feet apart, arms up, reach up, look up, arc back. Inhale, bring your feet together, lift up out of your waist, reach and hinge from your hips, forward fold, Uttanasana, let your head hang. Step your right leg back and drop the knee to the mat. Bring your hands, so right leg is back, you're going to bring your hands onto your front thigh. Hands are on your front thigh. You're going to focus your gaze in front of you. Take your time. Lifting up, press through that back heel. Inhale, sweeping up. Breathing, fingers are active. Focus your gaze. Press through your back heel. That's the anchor of this posture. Turn your hands forward. Spread your fingers apart. Come on into your healthiest version of plank. It might be with your knees on the floor, or perhaps you start in the full plank and then you release your knees. Reach through the crown of your head forward. You might even do a little bit of forwards and backwards here, just to stretch those toes of yours. And then release your knees. Flatten the tops of your feet. Take your hips back towards your heels. Stretching through your torso, quieting your mind, calming it. All forward folds are calming if we don't try too hard to stretch too much and create additional stress. Leaving your hands where they are. Lower your forearms and elbows if you can. Be mindful. Obviously, if you have shoulder issues, please be careful. And then keeping your bum high. When you're able, release your chest and your chin. Very awkward, I get it, but enormously beneficial. Slide everything out behind you. Okay, depending on how your back is feeling, you might want to spread your feet as wide as your mat. Tilt your baby toes in towards the mat. Draw your fingertips back to align with your shoulders. Bring your elbows into your side body and your forearms down towards the floor. And then roll an invisible alley with your nose. We're all going to come up into baby cobra, baby bhujangasana. So you're not using your hands. You're using the muscles in your lower and middle back, strengthening the lumbar, nourishing your kidneys and your adrenal glands, your stress glands. And then if you wish to come up further, you're going to press the floor away from you, keeping shoulders down, elbows in. Most of us are not going to be straightening our arms. Nice, everybody. And let your eyes once again float up toward Ajna Chakra. One more breath in. Exhale, lengthen and lower. Bring your legs together. Curl your toes under. Pressing into your hands. Lift your hips. Walk your feet a few inches forward. Bend your knees. Press your sits bones towards the back of your mat. Allow your ears to align with your inner upper arms. Be sure you're pressing all 10 fingers into the mat so you've got space, called that carpal tunnel, inside of your palm. Give your head a little bit of a shake so you know you're not holding. And if you haven't yet, straighten your legs as much as you like, pressing heels towards the floor. Adho Mukha Svanasana, absolutely an inversion, bathing your entire brain and head region with fresh oxygenated blood. Inhale the right leg up, look at your right hand, and sweep that leg as far as you can forward. Other leg forward, and let your upper body just hang out here. Again, give your head a shake. Bring your arms beside your ears. Engage your thighs by lifting up on your kneecaps. Pull your bellies in towards your lower back and sweep the arms in front, reaching up, stretching up, arcing back. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Let your heads hang. And then bend your knees, sweep your arms out to the side, reaching up. Exhale, hands in prayer. Take a sip of water, and then come on down onto your mats in Shavasana to allow the benefits of what you have just done to be absorbed. Palms are facing up in the open and receiving position. Separate the biting surfaces of the teeth, relax the jaw. Shavasana is one of the most important yoga postures. In fact, if you just spent time consciously with awareness in Shavasana, you might be doing more for your parasympathetic nervous system than you can even imagine. Your brain, of course, responds to calm. So perhaps just pay attention to your breath here, learning to be aware, mindful. And there are times when we want to be creative and we want our minds to just float and go wherever they need to go. Usually, when we're in nature, watching something, observing something, this is a time when our brains have a chance to create new thoughts, new awareness, new ideas, and even self-correct. And I guess what I mean by that is lots of times we feel resentful and angry about somebody who said or done something mean, maybe knowingly, maybe unknowingly. We don't want to make ourselves a victim by being angry. They're already a victim of their own erroneous thoughts and actions. So this is where we accept that perhaps they're experiencing something, we may not understand it, but we don't have to take it in, and we don't want to become the second victim of somebody else's. And when I say ignorant, I mean that lovingly. The Course in Miracles states we're all ignorant or innocent in our ignorant behavior. Pardon me, we're all innocent in our ignorant behavior. However, how long do we want to stay ignorant? Hopefully not forever. Okay, so we're going to, and we haven't done any in this class yet, in this session, a shoulder stand. Now, if you are not inclined or you find you get into it and you say, not today, you're going to take your block or your cushion and you're going to put it underneath your sacrum. Headstand, of course, we don't do in this class, but that is a great way, of course, to get the extra blood supply to nourish the brain. So, arms are beside your body. Take your time. There's no hurry. You don't have to go far. Your legs are bent. Your feet are flat on the floor. Arms are beside your body. You're going to lift up and hold your hips and just let your legs hang halfway over behind your head. No big deal. but you're supporting your hips. Now you might want to drop your knees towards your forehead and your heels towards your bum, or stay where you are. If you're dropping, perhaps you can bring your hands up towards your waist. And then bringing your elbows even a millimeter closer together. Extend your legs up. Your feet don't have to be pointed, flexed. It's suggested they shouldn't even touch. Let's lower the left leg down behind our heads. And back up. Right leg down. And back up. Take your legs wide apart, wide leg shoulder stand. Exhale, both legs down over behind your head. Don't force anything. Let it be organic. Inhale, wide leg, shoulder stand again. Bring your legs together. Let's bring the left knee to the left ear. And back up. Right knee to right ear. And back up. Both knees, either one to their respective ears. And back up. And back down. And then release your legs over behind your head. Release your hands. And slowly, with as much control as you can, releasing all the way down. Bring your knees in towards your chest. And let's take one little twist position. So extend your left leg down in front. We did this at the beginning of the class. We're going to take our right knee over to the left gently to release any tension in the lower back. Breathing, you don't need to go very far. If we can see our practice as an expression of self-love, not torture, not punishment, not pain. Inhaling, come back to the center, draw the other knee up, extend your right leg down in front, and take the opposite knee over to the other side. Inhale, come back to the center. Bring your hands once again underneath the backs of your thighs or roll over onto your side if you prefer. Coming up for Paschimottanasana, our forward seated bend. So legs are straight out in front. Pull the flesh away from your sits bones. Sitting up as tall as you can. So you're pulling, well, some of us don't have much flesh. That's not my problem. Might be yours. I got lots. I'd share it with you if I could. Okay, flex your feet, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, sweep the arms up, reaching up, stretching up. Now lead with your hearts. Just come halfway over. That's fine. Try to keep your spine nice and long, nice and long. Keep your feet flexed, reaching and stretching through your fingertips. One more breath in, reach and stretch. Exhale, lengthen and lower. Let your hands drop wherever they organically arrive. If your feet are flexed, you might be able to get a hold of your toes. Might be your ankles, might be your calves, could be your knees, doesn't matter. Wherever you are, you're getting exactly what you need as long as you're not pushing it and forcing it. Allow what your body feels that it needs today without harming, without overexerting. On an inhale, lengthen. It might just be a thought. And on an exhale, lower. And again, that might just be a thought. You may not be even lowering. Walk your hands back up your leg and place your hands beside your body. Close your eyes, sitting up tall in Dandasana. Stretching out the lower back. Inhale, let's sweep the arms up again, reaching and stretching. Flex your feet. Lift out of your waist. Exhale, forward fold just halfway, reaching and stretching. Your head can be between your arms. You're reaching through those fingertips. One more breath in to reach and stretch. Exhale, lower your hands. You might have gotten a little bit further, a millimeter, a quarter of an inch, or not. Doesn't matter. Wherever you are is perfect. You want to be feeling something. You just don't want to be feeling too much. So clearly we are stretching the hamstrings, calming the mind. One more breath in, stretching through the crown of your heads, lengthening. Exhale, forward fold, whatever amount you can. Inhaling, walk your hands back up. Let's take our legs wide apart and push yourself forward onto your sits bones and flex your feet. So push yourself from behind. So you're sitting up nice and tall. Your legs are straight out. Your feet are flexed, pointing up towards the sky. Inhale, sweep arms up. You're going to go over to the right side first. So turn to the right, lift out of your waist. Exhale, forward fold, reaching, stretching. Again, taking hold. Inhale, use your hands to lengthen your spine. Think about lengthening from your tailbone right through your crown. Nice. Great. You can grab your calf if you like, or your knee, whatever you can reach. Try to relax your shoulders as much as you can. It doesn't matter. Wherever you are, you're getting what you need. That's the whole point. Some people are totally bendy and they're not getting as much out of this exercise as those who aren't that bendy. One more breath in to lengthen. And then inhale, sweeping up, turn to the other side. Exhale, lengthen and lower. Try to keep the opposite cheek on the floor. You might notice you got a little bit further or the same. Again, not important. But inhaling to lengthen from your tailbone right through your crown. You're lengthening your spine as opposed to rounding it. We're lengthening it. Stretching the hams. One more breath in. Exhale, forward fold. And walk your hands back up your legs. And let's come into our final pose. If you need to take a drink of water, do so. If you want, you can take happy baby. And if you just want to come straight into your shavasana, that is absolutely fine too. But if you're in happy baby, you might rock or roll a little bit on that low back. And then lowering your legs, if they're not already. Bringing your arms beside your body with your palms facing up. Lift your shoulder blades off the floor. Tuck them under your heart center. Tilt your chin towards the center of your chest. Your palms are floating up, facing up in the receiving position, and your toes are just gently splaying outwards. Eyes are closed, your eyeballs sinking into their sockets, allowing your body to be soft and heavy, letting the floor support you, receiving the earth telluric energy that's grounding. Make us feel safe, calm. Pretty much this is the ticket. Whatever we're doing, if it feels calming or reasonably calming or joyful, exercise, getting oxygen to the brain, eating a healthy diet, as I mentioned, colorful foods, fatty fishes, and staying hydrated. Many of you would know the poet Rumi, the Sufi poet Rumi. And if you don't, you might want it. It's Sufi. And this being human is like a guest house. Every morning can be a new arrival, joy, maybe a sadness, just whatever it is. Treat each of the feelings that you're having. It doesn't even have to be the morning, at any point. What you're feeling should be honored, not pushed away, the dark thought or the shame. Invite all of these in to your awareness and your acceptance that this is something that has been sent like a guide from beyond. If we're having the thought, if we're having the feeling, it's not about shame, blame, wrong or bad or good or what have you. When we stop labeling things, it makes it a lot easier to unravel and just know that you're human, not perfect. As one of your fellow yoga students, Helen, says, practice doesn't make perfect, practice makes progress. And the ability to be able to laugh at yourself and just notice your foibles and the little things that are cute for you, as you would if you were just a little kid, that keeps us calm. That keeps us in our hearts. That keeps us mindful and accepting that anything is possible, that it can be a beautiful day. It's all about how we want to show up. Inhaling the life force, long, full, and deep. And deep, exhaling. Long, full, deep, inhaling. And deep, exhaling. One more breath in, long, full, deep, inhaling. And you might even go, ha, as you let that air out. One more time, inhale, stretch your arms over behind your heads, point feet far, flex and point, and drop your arms down by your sides. Take your time to roll over onto your side. You might use your bottom arm as a pillow just for a moment. Acknowledge yourself for coming out this morning to practice yoga, to take care of your most valuable possession, your bodies. Health is the first wealth, and yoga has a lot to offer us. Pushing yourselves back up. If you wish, join me in chanting Om just one time. Inhaling together. Om. Remember, this activates your vagus nerve, largest nerve of your parasympathetic system. A beautiful day. Namaste. Any questions or comments are welcome. So there's a couple of flyers there because is it a week this Sunday? It's the Christmas story with Tom Allen.